Today we will talk about trust, justice, and ethics. Companies prioritize ethical issues because their reputation stands as a crucial asset, reflecting public perception of their brand and offerings. A positive reputation draws top talent, customers, and investors, but is fragile and easily tarnished. Prospective employees seek companies with solid reputations to safeguard their personal image and align with their values. A reputable company is more likely to attract and retain customers, as trust and reliability are paramount in consumer decisions. Additionally, a good reputation aids in attracting and retaining talented employees, with studies showing a preference for esteemed companies over high-paying ones. Shareholders are similarly inclined to invest in well-regarded, well-managed firms with a strong track record. Ultimately, ethical considerations are paramount as they bolster a company's ability to attract and retain key stakeholders. Reputation largely depends on trust, which is the willingness to take risks based on positive expectations of others' actions. Trust involves vulnerability, as seen when customers buy products or potential recruits join a company, both taking risks based on faith in the organization. Trust and risk are closely linked, as trust reflects the willingness to take risks despite potential disappointment. In organizations, trust in leaders, such as CEOs and managers, is built on two key factors: justice, fairness in decision-making, and ethics, alignment with moral norms. Employees are more likely to trust leaders who demonstrate fairness and ethical behavior, leading to higher job satisfaction and commitment. Organizations can foster trust by being transparent, honest, accountable, and treating employees with respect, which strengthens relationships and creates a positive work environment. Okay, now the question is, why are some authorities trusted more than others? Trust can be divided into three primary factors. Firstly, disposition-based trust is inherent in one's personality, reflecting a general inclination to trust others. Secondly, cognition-based trust is grounded in a rational evaluation of an authority's trustworthiness. Lastly, affect-based trust is driven by emotions and feelings toward an authority that surpass logical assessment. We will discuss these factors in some detail in the upcoming slides. Trust propensity refers to the general expectation that others' words and promises can be trusted. It is a key aspect of disposition-based trust, where trust is based on one's personality rather than knowledge of the other person. People with high trust propensity are more likely to trust others, even strangers, which can help build relationships and cooperation. However, this also makes them more vulnerable to being taken advantage of. In situations with little information, such as interactions with strangers, trust propensity plays a big role, leading to blind trust decisions. There are pros and cons to being high or low in trust propensity. Those with high trust may be more likely to build strong connections, but also risk being deceived, while those with low trust may protect themselves but miss out on opportunities. The best approach is to balance trust and caution, being open to trusting others while being aware of the risks. Trust propensity is shaped by both nature and nurture, influenced by genetics, childhood experiences, and interactions with important figures such as parents and authorities. In essence, disposition-based trust is more about the truster's personality than the specific traits of the other person. Balancing trust with caution is essential, as trusting too much or too little can both have negative consequences. Disposition-based trust is the initial trust we have when we lack specific information about an authority. Over time, as we gather more knowledge, this trust evolves into cognition-based trust, which is based on the authority's track record. This track record is evaluated through three key dimensions: ability, benevolence, and integrity. Ability refers to the perception that the authority has the skills and competence to perform their role effectively, like a patient trusting a doctor based on their expertise. Benevolence is the belief that the authority has the truster's best interests in mind, such as a customer trusting a bank to safeguard their money. Integrity reflects the belief that the authority adheres to ethical principles, like a voter trusting an official to act honestly. As trust shifts from disposition-based to cognition-based, it depends on the authority's demonstrated trustworthiness in these areas. A positive track record leads to trust, while inconsistency undermines it. Affect-based trust is rooted in emotions and feelings we have toward another person, often described as a gut feeling or instinctive sense of trust. It can form quickly, even without much knowledge about the individual, because it is driven by affection or a personal connection. In affect-based trust, we trust someone because we genuinely like them, and that emotional bond leads us to be vulnerable to them. Essentially, we trust them because of the positive feelings we have toward them. As you see, this figure illustrates how different forms of trust can evolve and interact over time within relationships. Initially, in new relationships, trust is primarily based on our personal trust propensity. However, as relationships progress, this innate trust propensity is complemented by knowledge about the authority's attributes like ability, benevolence, or integrity, leading to the development of cognition-based trust. In some relationships, a deeper emotional connection is established, amplifying our willingness to be vulnerable. These special relationships are characterized by mutual investment, a profound sense of attachment, and the acknowledgement that both parties would feel a significant loss if the relationship were to end. Okay, now our second topic is justice. Justice refers to the perceived fairness in decision-making processes and outcomes, and it plays a crucial role in shaping trust in authorities. There are four key types of justice that contribute to building trust: distributive justice, procedural justice, interactional justice, and informational justice. We will discuss these basic types in the next slides. Distributive justice refers to the perceived fairness of decision-making outcomes, such as pay, promotions, and work assignments. Employees evaluate distributive justice by considering whether these outcomes are allocated according to proper norms. In most business settings, the equity norm is seen as fair, with more rewards given to those who contribute more. This norm is favored when the goal is to maximize individual productivity. However, in team-based work, where group harmony is important, the equality norm might be considered fairer, ensuring everyone receives the same rewards regardless of individual contribution. This is commonly used in student groups, where all members get the same grade. Lastly, in situations focused on an employee's well-being, a need-based norm may be deemed fair, such as when new employees are protected from extra assignments to help them focus on their careers. Procedural justice refers to the perceived fairness of decision-making processes. It is fostered when authorities follow fair process rules such as voice, allowing employees to express opinions, and correctability, providing the opportunity to appeal decisions. These rules enhance employee satisfaction by giving them a sense of ownership, even if the outcome isn't favorable. Additionally, 4 rules: consistency, bias suppression, representativeness, and accuracy ensure fairness by preventing biased, inconsistent, or discriminatory practices. Procedural justice plays a significant role in various workplace decisions, from hiring to compensation. It is particularly important in addressing issues like the gender pay gap, which remains significant even after accounting for factors like caregiving responsibilities. Data also show racial disparities in pay, with African American men earning less than their Caucasian counterparts, even when qualifications are similar, likely due to procedural injustice. Research highlights that individuals prioritize procedural fairness, especially when faced with negative outcomes, over distributive justice. Procedural fairness can significantly influence overall job satisfaction and commitment, as procedures endure and impact future decisions. Consumer Reports showcases procedural justice by upholding unbiased, accurate, and consistent testing standards. Despite companies focusing on product scores, the fairness in the underlying processes fosters trust and diminishes conflict. Okay, in this slide we discuss the importance of interpersonal and informational justice in the workplace. Interpersonal justice focuses on how authorities treat employees during procedures, emphasizing respect and propriety. Abusive supervision, stemming from interpersonally unjust actions, can lead to negative outcomes like anxiety, burnout, and decreased productivity. On the other hand, informational justice pertains to the fairness of communications provided by authorities, including justifications and truthfulness. Honest and comprehensive explanations are crucial, as they can mitigate retaliatory responses and build trust among employees. Research shows that negative interactions have a more significant impact on mood than positive ones, highlighting the importance of upholding respect and honesty in organizational communications. To promote justice, some companies have implemented civility training programs like CREW, which aim to enhance respectful communication and civility in the workplace. By fostering interpersonal and informational justice, organizations can reduce conflicts, enhance employee well-being, and improve overall performance. The last topic we will discuss is ethics. Business ethics can be categorized into 2 main types: prescriptive and descriptive. Prescriptive business ethics focuses on how individuals ought to behave in business, based on ethical principles such as honesty, fairness, and respect. This form of ethics is often taught in business schools and used to create ethical codes of conduct for organizations. Descriptive business ethics examines how people actually behave in business through empirical research, such as surveys and experiments. This research helps identify the factors that influence ethical behavior, including individual traits, situational contexts, and organizational culture. Both categories are essential for a comprehensive understanding of ethical behavior in business. Prescriptive ethics helps identify the values that should guide conduct, while descriptive ethics reveals the factors that influence ethical behavior, aiding in the development of strategies to promote ethics within organizations. Unethical behavior in business can affect various stakeholders and includes actions like discrimination, harassment, and violating regulations. Such behavior can damage an organization's reputation, lead to legal issues, and harm employee morale. Therefore, it is crucial for organizations to implement strong ethical policies to foster ethical behavior and prevent misconduct. Additionally, ethical behavior can be classified into merely ethical behavior, adheres to minimal ethical standards, such as obeying laws and following formal rules. Especially ethical behavior exceeds basic standards of ethics, including actions like charitable giving and whistle-blowing. Whistle-blowing is particularly significant as it involves risks for the whistleblower who may face retaliation. However, it can lead to substantial improvements in an organization's ethical culture over time. Okay. This slide shows the four-component model of ethical decision-making. It explains why authorities may behave ethically or unethically, involving a multi-stage process: moral awareness, moral judgment, moral intent, and ethical behavior. Unethical behavior can arise from individual characteristics, bad apples, or situational factors, bad barrels. Moral awareness. This occurs when an authority recognizes a moral issue or ethical principle in a situation. Authorities might act unethically simply because they don't perceive moral concerns. The degree of ethical urgency or moral intensity varies based on factors like potential harm and social pressure. Moral attentiveness, or the extent to which individuals regularly notice and think about ethical issues, also plays a role. Moral judgment. This refers to the process of determining whether a particular action is ethical or unethical. Kohlberg's theory of cognitive moral development shows that individuals progress through stages of moral reasoning from the pre-conventional stage, self-interest and avoiding punishment, to the conventional stage, conforming to social expectations, and finally to the principled stage, using defined moral principles. Ethical decisions can also be influenced by principles like utilitarianism, egoism, or virtue ethics. Moral intent. Even if an authority recognizes a moral issue and judges the correct course of action, they must also be committed to acting ethically. Some people may understand what is right, but still choose unethical actions due to situational pressures like organizational culture or economic incentives. Moral identity, or how much a person identifies with moral virtues, helps individuals resist these pressures and stay committed to ethical behavior. Research shows that individuals with strong moral identities are more likely to engage in ethical actions and resist unethical behavior, especially when they are in situations that challenge their moral convictions. The last question we will discuss is, how does trust affect job performance and organizational commitment? Trust plays a crucial role in the integrative model of organizational behavior, impacting job performance and organizational commitment. Research indicates that trust is significantly linked to job performance, as it is moderately correlated with task performance. Trust in authorities like managers and top management influences employees' ability to focus on work, essential for task performance, especially in complex job roles. Furthermore, trust affects citizenship behavior and counterproductive behavior by altering the employee-employer relationship. Lack of trust leads to transactional, impersonal exchanges based on predefined obligations, while trust fosters social exchanges characterized by mutual investment and going beyond regular duties for fair treatment. Moreover, trust influences organizational commitment by fostering emotional bonds and a sense of obligation towards authorities. Trust allows employees to accept vulnerability during challenging times, believing in eventual improvement. This trust-based relationship encourages positive behaviors and commitment within the organization.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to channel.